guy and thinks he's a girl?
That's pretty much the same as me. I believe it's someone who was born a certain gender and they consider themselves the other gender.
I define transgender as an individual who seeks to have the characteristics or traits of the opposite sex. So for example, like if a male wants characteristics or traits or personalities of a female, and then vice versa.
How would I define transgender? Basically, my definition of that would be anyone who's had any type of medical procedure or has taken any type of hormone or supplement to change their natural gender bias. Women normally do not have the same level of testosterone as men do. If someone's taking a supplement to increase their testosterone and the idea of increasing their ability to competition, that to me would fall under the transgender within the field of athletics. Outside of the field of athletics, transgender to me would be someone who has a procedure or behaves in a manner that is not their original sexuality.
I would define transgender as a person who wants to be a different sexuality than who they are as this start of their sexuality. They want to change who they are. I have no idea for what reason why, but someone who's different sex than what they were born.
I would
It would depend who it was, how close I was to them, what kind of relationship I had with that person.
I would be a little surprised, but at this point in the season, we kind of know everyone on the team already, so it's not like anything would really change. We accept everyone on the team, we're all one big family. So at this point, it wouldn't really make a difference in terms of what we think of them or anything like that. Everyone on the team does their part, so.
Yeah, if you already like or dislike a person, it shouldn't change your opinion of them if you find out they're transgender. If you already don't like someone, then you're probably still just not going to like them anyway. So it shouldn't change your opinion.
First, to be honest, I'd be a little bit shocked, but I wouldn't judge them or anything. I feel like to be honest and to tell the team is the first step. They'll be more accepted, and I mean today nowadays there's so many, but it's more accepted in the community, and I think it would be fine if they're more open.
That'd be weird. I'm not gonna lie, that would be strange.
No, I don't think it's
No. It wouldn't really be weird to share a locker with a transgender player. It wouldn't really be weird.
I think I'd feel awkward at first if I had to share a locker room with a transgender teammate, just because I wasn't you were comfortable with them before, then you found out something new, and so I feel I would have to just get comfortable and get used to the fact about it. But after, I think I'd be fine with it.
Honestly, that's one question that again, there's never happened to me before, so I have no idea.
I'm not in those girl scenarios. But yeah, if they're all pissed about it, I'll probably join.
Peer pressure.
No, again, with football, it's a team sport. So it's not like track, where in that example, it's kind of one-on-one type thing. It's a team sport, so again, if that person made that winning touchdown, there's prior events in that game to where the outcome could have changed. So I personally wouldn't really be affected at all if a girl scored the winning touchdown in the biggest game. But I could see how in track people would think that would be unfair, just because it's more of an individualized sport.
Of course you would be kind of suspicious, but then it's also they work hard at what they do, and they train for it, so it's not expected, but I wouldn't be super shocked about if that happened. But if you were super curious and interested, you can look into it. But I feel athletes train hard for what they do, and they shouldn't be questioned about their capability or accomplishments that they can achieve.
I would not have a problem with it personally, but that would be a decision that would not be made by myself as an assistant coach or as a head coach. I'm sure that decision would be made by the probably at least the athletic director, if not the board of trustees, or even the NCAA for that matter. That the choice that she made to have, or he made to have the surgery is her choice, in the same way that athletics is a choice. Participate in it or not, you have to participate in the rules that are set up. So in my opinion, if you have a male who had a surgery in order to become a female, he should still compete with the male. Because the opportunity is there for him to compete both. Plus the fact there are certain physiological differences between men and women that would make the male possibly superior to the females in that sport.
I just like to say, like, be yourself and be open. Your teammate, for athletes, it's like your second family. They should accept you for like who you are, and the more open you are, the more comfortable everyone is around you, and it's like one big happy family.
I would say that if you really want to do it, just go for it. I mean, it's college. You don't get these times back, so just go for it. Try it out. See how you like it. I mean, no one's forcing you to do anything. So I mean, if you don't like it after a day or two or a week, you don't have to stick with it. It's fine. Like, it's a small school. It's not like that. The commitment is there, but I would just try and go for it.
People will accept you for your personality before anything else, usually. Well, at least like with guys on the football team. Like if you're cool and funny, like they're gonna like you anyway. So if you're just yourself and you don't like, if the first thing you tell them isn't that you're transgender, you're gonna give yourself a chance to give a good first impression to everyone else. And, just be relaxed and normal about it.
Yeah. Also, a lot of the guys, at least on like football, and I'm sure other sports too, like everyone's extremely nice. Like, you kind of get a pre-notion of what you think, like especially football players, like what they're like, locker room talk, all that stuff. But, everyone's pretty nice. Like personally, being a freshman, like new to the team, honestly, like the bigger the guy, the nicer they are. Like that's what I've like noticed on the team. So it's really not that like big of a deal. Just be yourself and like you'll be fine.
What I was trying to say.
The advice I would give something like that is to be open about it. You don't want to get found out that you're kind of transgender operation or procedure or medication or supplements that you're taking in hindsight. If you're going to enter the competition, let the governing body of that competition know your previous background, and then go through and let them decide the best thing to do, because you don't want them to find out later, because then that looks like you're trying to hide something, maybe you're trying to cheat, maybe you're trying to gain an unfair advantage over the other athletes.
I've never actually met a transgender person.
Neither have I.
So,
It definitely, and again, it would depend on, what my
like, would
relationship
we
was.
know in advance, or would it be like, whoa? Like,
You walk in and you're like, I'm transgender.